Hi everyone, Aidan here with etrailer.com. Today we're taking a look at our Titan Chain V-Bar snow tire chains on our 2022 Ram 1500. The first thing you want to do to install these chains is get them laid out next to the tire. These chains often come tangled up in the bag, and especially with the V-bars, the links can kind of get caught in themselves, so you want to make sure everything's laid out flat and even. Once we've identified that, make sure those V-bars are facing up. Those will be away from the tire, because we don't want those making contact with the tire. And we want this lever arm here on the outside of the tire. Then we can grab the tire chain by the middle and drape it over the tire. When you're doing this, just be careful to not hit the vehicle and try to keep the tire chain centered side to side as well as front to back. Right about here is looking pretty good, so we can go around to the back and make our first connection. Luckily, underneath the truck, we have a fair amount of room. And on your end, you'll see we've got a section of chain with just some free links. And on my end, we've got a hook. Those two ends will go together. Now, you don't necessarily have to go to the very end link. I'm going to actually go for the third. And you want to do this in your driveway once or twice just to get a feel for it, to find the right fitment for your tire. And around front here, we can go and feed that lever arm through one of the links up front. Now, I'm going to start with the end link up front here just to see how it fits, and try to keep your hand on it. The gloves can make it a little slippery, but ideally what we want to do is feel a little bit of tension being pulled on the tire chain, and actually right here is perfect. So if I were to go back and redo this, I'd maybe go for the second link around back and the second link around front. But right now, that's giving us a pretty solid fit on the tire. What I'm going to do though is add in a rubber tensioner. These don't come with the kit, but we always recommend adding them just because it provides an extra layer of security and tension on the tire to keep the chain from moving around too much. And when you're doing these, you want to go back and forth in a star-shaped pattern and try to attach it as evenly as possible. Again, this is just an extra layer of security, making sure that there's some tension being pulled on the tire chain. After that, we can drive over them a few times after installing the other side. Drive over them a few times and just make sure that nothing has loosened or settled in. If it has, make any adjustments that you need to, and then you're good to hit the road. Now, like we mentioned in the beginning, these are a V-bar style chain, and you can see that here really well. These are going to be the best for biting and gripping into deep ice. We've got a lot of other styles of chains like square link, twist link, and even cable chains, and those are better for snow. These will do great in snow, but these are the ones that give the most grip. The low carbon steel construction is going to be fairly durable. The one thing with that is it is a softer steel. So over time, depending on how you're driving, where you're driving, you might notice these V-bars start to mush down and wear down. So after a couple seasons, you might need to replace them. That's just something to keep in mind as you're living with them and using them. I'll go ahead and grab the bag they come in. They come in a canvas bag, which is not the best. It's pretty low quality, and especially with the V-bar style, they tend to rip through that canvas pretty quick. I would always recommend getting something like a plastic tote. It's resealable, it's water resistant, and it's just going to be easier to get the chains in and out of. The other thing here is that they are a ladder pattern style. That's going to help with starts and stops, but be a little bit more poor for ride quality because it is a bit bumpier, paired with the fact that it's a very tall V-bar style chain. We're not too concerned about ride quality though. These are the ones that are going to give you the best grip out there. And that's about all there is to it. If you need that grip on ice and really deep snow, these are going to be a great fit for you. Otherwise, check out some of the other options we have available. Thanks for watching.